Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to the VMware Tech Talk series. My name is Kashif Rashid. I'm lead solution engineer at SD-WAN. I'm based in Dubai and I'm covering Middle East, Africa, and Turkey region. First of all, I would like to thank you for joining this live series. And today our topic is SD-WAN drivers and use cases. I would encourage you to keep asking the question in the chat window, and I will be answering all of your questions at the end of the session. So first off, I'm going to cover what SD-WAN is. SD-WAN means software defined wide area network. Why we need SD-WAN? First of all, you would like to understand about the technology. Whenever you are adopting a new technology, you must understand what is the reason to have this technology. And then if once you understand why you need this technology, then you have a better understanding how you are going to use that technology. So once we explain the technology, then I will be deep dive to the real life use cases for the VMware SD-WAN. So let's start our this session today, and then in this I'm going to explain you a little bit about our history of that WAN. I know the you folks will be very well aware of this current model architecture of that WAN, which is started around 19th, in which there is a branch, and you can see a branch, and then there is a data center, or most of the applications are hosting in the data center. And that was a distributed architecture that was started back in with the media connectivity of Frame-Relay and ADMs. And then finally it moved to the MPLS, and MPLS gave us some reliability and the quality of service. That was pretty much good. There is nothing wrong. But what happened that with the passage of time, when things are start moving into the cloud, that is something change start happening. So if you just have a look that when we start moving the cloud application and try to use that existing network, which is already on place, so what happened that the branch traffic is start moving to the SaaS or the cloud via the MPLS. So what are the challenges here? The challenges are because when you are start moving the application via the MPLS, you have two different challenges. One is you are just using your expensive MPLS to route your traffic to the SaaS. And second is you are adding a more latency and more cost into that. So that is something becoming a more bottleneck. And when the applications are keep moving to the SaaS or in the SaaS model. And then when you look into the current state of network as well, you will see that the application links are active and backup. It's working in active and backup manner. What does it mean that? As of now, you have most of the organizations is using MPLS as active. And when there is a problem, the internet link will be used as a backup. So why you are using internet as a backup? You are paying some amount to your existing link, so you must utilize your cost. So that is what we can deliver with the help of SD-WAN. So basically, we would like to protect your investment, which you have already done. You have already has a links, but you are not using it. So here we definitely the SD-WAN and VMware SD-WAN can help you to make your links are active. So these are the current WAN challenges, which most of the you guys are already well aware of that. I will be highlighting these challenges quickly, and then I would like to focus more on the real life SD-WAN use cases and the customer environment. So if you have a look here, you know that so the existing WAN or the links are really complex and slow operation. So what does it mean that? So as I explained, when you start moving your application to the SaaS, your current environment can work, but it will getting complex and it is not optimized. And the second thing is your existing bandwidth is not sufficient. So what does it mean? You need to add more bandwidth. If you have to add more bandwidth to meet the requirement, mean your cost will increase. And that's not the only challenge, your cost will increase. The second challenge will come, the network application will have a latency. So that is not good for the application delivery or the user experience point of view. And then you can see that there is expensive bandwidth, and getting the MPLS link is not simple. And maintaining, and if you are even getting MPLS, you will not easily get on a single provider. So then there's a lot of routing redistribution type of challenges are there. So which is really difficult. It's not easy. On top of that, you have a poor application performance because you have to do a lot of backhauling. That is something really, really challenging situation if you would like to move your application into the cloud. And then if you start using internet, or it is good, but the thing is, it is completely unsecure. You have to think about the security of your environment. That is a challenge. So that is basically now I would say that you guys are full aware of that. What is SD-WAN? Why we need SD-WAN? And then now we will see that what is the SD-WAN. These are the current challenges, and now we will look into that. So why we really need SD-WAN? So this is the key capabilities of SD-WAN solution, which is nothing else Gartner as defined. For the main thing is these are the four key things: transport independent, secure overlay, dynamic path selection, and simple interface. So let me deep dive a little bit about that, all of these key capabilities which Gartner defined for the SD-WAN. Transport independent mean that you should connect your branch irrespective to any transport. It could be a broadband, LT, MPLS, and we can do all of these things. And we are also coming up option to connect in a 5G in a roadmap. So this is something you must need so you have a full transport independence, and you should have a transport, so you should be agnostic to the service provider. This is the key capability of the SD-WAN. Then the second thing is all of these things should be secure overlay. So what does it mean that? So it should be the irrespective or independent of that underlay. So if you're running, so you should build a tunnels. You should build tunnel which is can work with any of the medium. So now what does it tunnels? These tunnels should be IPsec based tunnels or encrypted tunnels, which will be going up to the cloud or the DC. And you should have an application aware firewall. So the most important point here is this secure overlay tunnels, which should be automated. Most of the vendors, which is, or I'm sure that you guys already using IPsec, but this is all manual, and you should be aware of that. Building a one IPsec tunnel for one branch to the DC, how simple it is. I'm sure you guys would be laughing it. But if you think about building this all overlay tunnels over 3 to 4 links in your branch or 2 links minimum, it is really difficult. So most of the other vendors, like 60 vendors in this market, which they are claiming themselves as a SD-WAN, they are not more than IPsec VPN. So what we are providing, or we are helping to the customer to make a cloud VPN. Cloud VPN means we are come up with the approach in which the all overlay tunnels are automated. And then dynamic path selection is also a key capability. So we also build a dynamic multipath optimization. But what Gartner says that what does dynamic path selection? When you are using an internet link, it is not reliable. Everybody knows that. So what does it mean that? So let's think a simple example. You are going in a highway and you have 2 routes to reach to the destination. You are going in a one route, and in between you find there is a traffic jam or there is a congestion. You should have some approach. You should be, before reaching to the congestion, you should have the alternate path, and it should be dynamic, and you should not have anything manual. So this is the dynamic multipath optimization, which should help. And I am going to explain how VMware will help you to select the dynamic path, and also the deep application recognition. And all of these things should be application based. You should not have anything related to that source IP and destination. The network should be fully aware of application aware. And then it should be a simple interface. What does it mean? That it should help you to simplify your network. and simplify the configuration, simplify the monitoring, and simplify the troubleshooting. If you would like to have the command line or CLI, it is not something SD-WAN, because SD-WAN should help you to simplify in all manners, because that's what is the software defined network WAN. So let me just explain about VMware SD-WAN solution components. What are the components? This is basically, it is built on the same approach of software defined network. It has a two component, edge, one component in your data center, and two components in the cloud, orchestrator and the gateway. Edge is what? Is nothing more than what you are using in your branch router. So we have a VMware has an edge, which has a bigger, is a big portfolio of edge, which is starting from 200 Mbps physical hardware up to 10 gig, and we can go up to 80 gig in a data center or the DC. And we also have a virtual edges. Virtual edges is, we have an edge for to meet the requirement in the cloud. We have an edge for Azure, AWS, as well as GCP, and we also have an edge for the Ali Cloud. We also have a special type of edges in which we can host as a VNF, virtual network function. Some of the security vendor, we can host that VNF in our edge. So the second component is the SD-WAN orchestrator. This is something in the cloud. It's a completely multi-tenant. You don't need to manage, you don't need to build, that is already available in a cloud, and it will be given to you as a service. So you don't have to invest your time and efforts and resources. You can take end-to-end service from the VMware. Then we have SD-WAN gateways, which is nothing more than the control plane, which is the brain of your network, which is be pushing all the routing information to the edges. And as well as we have hosted these gateways next to the cloud provider, SaaS provider. So you can get optimized service with the help of these gateways, because we are hosting these gateways next to the cloud providers. So what I'm going to explain you in detail, this is a unique architecture, and the architecture which we are giving you or explaining you is built for the cloud. And then we can help you to optimize your SaaS services with the help of gateway. So this is the components which you are looking. The solution components are same, which I explained you. So you can look at the left side, there is a SD-WAN edges, and as this is something is a replacement of your router. And you can see that in the bottom there is MPLS or all the underlay, and top of that we are building overlays. And these overlays will give you a lot of intelligence. You can get security. These are the security encrypted overlays. You can get monitoring, visibility, all of this component with the help of SD-WAN. And then you have another edge which is in the right side in your data center, or you can use a VMware SD-WAN cloud gateway in the cloud. If you are moving to the cloud, you really don't need to build your own hub in the cloud. So VMware can help you to provide this gateway in the cloud, and it can work as your hub in the cloud. And then these are the already deployed 1000 active and 1000 standby cloud gateways in the SaaS locations, which can help you to just get the better performance of that SaaS application. And we run in between the dynamic multipath optimization, which has a key capability of reducing your latency as well as the packet loss recovery. And then we have orchestrator, which is a management plane, is a single pane of management where you go do the activation, you do the configuration, you do troubleshooting in a single place. You don't need to log into each device and do that. So here is our current gateway locations, which you have a look. We have a 1000 plus active and 1000 as a backup gateways, which is spread across the regions. Here I would like to highlight a little bit more, because these gateways are not meant to be near to the users, but these gateways are meant to be near to the SaaS service. So as of now, we have all of these gateways which is next to the SaaS applications. So what does it mean? That whenever you are using a SaaS applications, so you need the reliability point which is next to the SaaS providers, which is not near to the user. So we are already hosting all of these gateways which is next to the SaaS provider, and we are almost cover 30 region in the whole world. So what is the value proposition for you? You are going to take a service today from VMware. You don't need to do any investment. So you take as a full end-to-end service, and then you are ready to go to deploy your own SD-WAN in the cloud as well as in your own locations with the help of edges which is deployed. And there is no data plane which is going to the cloud. That is very clear. If you just have a look, the last Gartner report 2019, in which you can see that this is the second consecutive years VMware SD-WAN become as a leader. And if you can see that the VMware location, which is highest in ability to execute and which is highest as a leaders, and highest is going in completeness of vision. What does it mean? That basically the VMware SD-WAN is just has the right capabilities which was just mentioned or built the Gartner from the day first, and VMware is working towards that journey to achieve this vision. And day by day we are keep improving, and definitely we are adding a lot of more things in our vision which definitely can help the business use cases for driving the SD-WAN adoptions. These are the main SD-WAN adoption use cases which is most of the industry is using, and we are also working with the customer to help them to achieve these use cases. I'm going to do deep dive of the key of them. We don't have enough time to go through each of them, but definitely I would like to focus of the key one, which is WAN transport modernization is one of the key, because industry is facing a lot of challenges in terms of their links optimization. So they are using a links. As of now, it is not active, it is active passive. And then they are also facing a lot of problems in terms of links for the business agility point of view. So what does it mean? That they have link separately MPLS, which we have already shown you at the beginning, and they have a link internet going to the internet. They are not able to do that, use both of them for their business application, as well as not to the backup to each other or active manner. So what SD-WAN or VMware SD-WAN can help you to just combine all of link as a single with the proper security. And then what you can do, you can use as an active. So you can optimize your cost or even your existing investment. So you can be a completely agnostics to the service provider as well as agnostics to the media. So that is something which is really important. But how you can go with this journey if you are start moving into the internet links, and internet links are not reliable. It is not reliable, and everybody knows that there are a different packet losses, and the packet losses are 2% to the 10%, which is quite normal over the internet links. So you need some technology which should give you the quality of assurance to intact your application performance. That is what VMware SD-WAN can help you. So we have the right technology to give you the flexibility by using these links, but on the same time, you will have the right quality of the recovery of your packet loss can be done. So that's why you have some assurance, and then you can utilize the SD-WAN, and then you have the flexibility by using any type of link. Application performance protection is a very important when you are thinking to move towards that journey of SD-WAN, and you would like to have that different type of links. It is not easy to protect your application over the internet link. So how we make sure that? So we are running a deep application recognition inside the edge. So what does it mean that? So it has three important factors which I would like to highlight and as a key differentiating factor of VMware SD-WAN. It has the deep packet inspection, which most of the other vendors does. We can do 3,000 plus applications, deep packet inspection. So there's a signature is already available. When the packet is coming, and after a couple of packets, we know that which application is moving. and that most of other vendors does the same thing. But what is the difference? The difference is what we do better, what we do more than other vendors. We have a learning database inside the edge. So when we learn about any packet which is flowing from the edge, from the branch, so we will keep maintaining the local database, and then the next packet will come, it will not go through that the same process. And then we should have the database built in within the edge. So we will reduce the processing of edge. That is a quite important feature. And then third thing is the cloud service directory. So there are so many cloud services which is published, and then they are keep changing every day their IP addresses. So we call a real-time application API map, which can help to just get the update, server names, port, everything. So we will keep doing all of these things together. And once we have done, so the all traffic which is passing from the edge has that the deep application recognition. So it's a combination of three things which definitely can help. And by the end of that, what we are getting or what we are delivering to the customer, their full application aware routing and full application recognition. Dynamic multipath optimization is a VMware proprietary protocol which is built on top of industry standard protocol. What does it do that? Basically, this is the key feature for the VMware SD-WAN. It will give you the application-based policy. You really don't need to make policies based on your different source and destination, and it will be continuously monitoring the link. It will give you the full flexibility. It do the dynamic per packet steering and on-demand remediation. If you can have a look, this is the live screenshot of one of our existing customer, which is based on US, as a call center, is using an MPLS link, and the MPLS link fails, and the other link is having a lot of packet losses. And you will see that the packet loss, we start recovering the packet losses. So that is something really give you some reliability and assurance the packet loss are get recovered. So that is the key feature. And if you see the red, and if you can just read down this slides, which I'm sure we are going to share with you, so you will see that there is a upstream jitter and we have a jitter buffering inside our edge. So what does it mean? That when your call is passing from the one link is failed, and it will be a sub-second manner moved to the other link without a single glitch. And even we can recover the UDP packet, we can recover the TCP via the negative acknowledgement. So all of these things will be built in automatically. You don't have to configure anything. And finally, you will see the real action. So 2% packet loss, if you see on the left side, there is the video which nobody can see or recognize it. There's a choppy video, and with the help of VMware SD-WAN 2%, you can see that the video, the quality is not better, and 2% is a normal packet loss. So this is the SD-WAN which can help you to have your packet assurance or the application packet delivery with a proper quality of experience. And the second most important area is cloud adoption and transition. And as we mentioned earlier, so most of the 83% of the organizations are start using already the cloud-based applications. So the architecture which is required to build need to be changed. What does it mean? That you don't need to backhaul. So the SD-WAN will help you to have the right architecture, to have the right packet policies, application-based policies. You can have the edges in your private cloud, or as well as you can utilize our gateways installed next to the SaaS provider. So what does it give you? It will give you the right architecture to grow from private cloud to the multi-cloud and even to the SaaS-based environment. So that is something, the cloud adoption and transition will be becoming more easier and flexible for your WAN environment. WAN is no more your WAN in your branches. Your WAN is up to the cloud now. Simplifying WAN operation is another key feature, which is very, very important. Zero-touch provisioning is a really important thing which I really want to highlight. When it comes to the deployment or provisioning a new branch, it is not easy. So it is one thing you need a lot of time, to just get the link, and then you need some technicians arrange on site to go there. So what does we do? We provision on the orchestrator in the cloud, and we generate a link and ship the boxes and tell anybody to just connect the appliance with this particular port and click this URL for the sake of security, because we don't want anybody else can connect and just activate. We want that security should be there. And what unique thing what we can do, we can activate with the static, with the help, even the static IP address configuration can be pushed through this URL. Even PPOE configuration can be pushed, which other vendors does not do that. So that is something really important. Zero touch provisioning is make it more simple, will help you to just maintain the business agility, what your business is expecting from you to do that, and bring your branch up and online in a matter of days, and even activate the device in a couple of minutes. And this is flexible topologies with Cloud VPN. So I was explaining you from the beginning how easy, I'm sure you're laughing, to make IPsec tunnels. So here is, I just want to show this screenshot of VMware SD-WAN, VeloCloud SD-WAN. So there are one click number 1 and 2. If you have done from the beginning, you're all done for all overlay tunnels. You don't need to do anything else. What does it mean? That if you have a 500 branches or 1000 branches, once you're done in your template 1 and 2, any branch will come up, it will itself have the overlay tunnels. That is something you can imagine, establishing a 500 tunnels in a 2 sites, and I'm sure one site tunnel configuration is 5 to 10 lines, and each tunnel, if you multiply that line, 1000 of lines versus 2 click. And now click number 3 and 4, which is if you want to have a branch to branch, mean in other words, you want to make a mesh network, and we are not making a mesh. Basically, it's a dynamic branch to branch. It will only come up when there's interesting traffic, and it will steer the traffic from the branch hub as well as the gateway. So if you does not have your move to the cloud, you don't need to worry about having your own hub in the cloud. So will be acting as a VMware gateway. SD-WAN gateway will be your hub. So this, you can think about it, how simple it is, versus making a manual tunnels, which most of the other vendors claim SD-WAN, and they are also coming up and making a manual tunnel, versus 2 or 4 click to have the full end-to-end overlay terminals established. Centralized policy management are also a key thing, because when we are saying that move towards this journey and make it simple, and we are telling you not to do any new, not learn any new commands, what does it mean? That so this is a single pane of management. It's a completely multi-tenant. This is the orchestrator, where you can go and do all monitoring in a dashboard in a single view, and then you can look all the application, all the branches, and here you can just have a look on overall site health. You can see that what are the links, and then you can see in the center of that screenshot, so you can, what is the color, what is the link, mean green is a good, yellow is acceptable, and red mean there is a lot of link losses are here. And then what you can do, that you have a better visibility now. You can go back to your service provider and say that, look, we have a lot of packet losses, and I need you to recover this, or you need to improve the quality of my links. And then if you have a problem in your network or in your branch, you can drill down to the branch and you see which applications, top 10 applications, top 20 applications, and which links are more utilized, which user is using, what are the top sources, and what are the top destination. So your WAN is no more a black box. You have a full visibility, and then you have a full visibility to control this traffic by creating a business policies, which can help you in a very interactive policies, which you can define based on your IPSLAs. And then I would like to focus about security. Enhancing the security at the branch is a key thing. Now, if you are moving towards that internet, you must have some security on the branch. You have the overlay tunnels, you have the overlay encrypted. So we are accommodating all of the existing architecture. So we have a built-in application aware firewall. It is already in there. You can create a zone-based firewall. You can create all the application aware routing with that and the firewall blocking as well. And top of that, you can build all the encrypted tunnels up to the gateways. Then we also accommodating the firewall VNF approach. If the customer has done certain investment in their firewall vendor, and firewall is the best of the breed. Everybody has its own security policy, and VMware is not dictating any customer to use their own product versus other vendors which they claim they have to use their own SD-WAN and they are abide to use their own security. While we respect that user choice and we respect the best of breed security solution, we can host in our edges as a Palo Alto, Checkpoint, and Fortinet VMs inside our edge to just optimize your branch. You don't optimize your hardware and reduce your footprint in the branch. A single box can be done. If you are using, as of now, router and firewall, we can merge both of them on with the same architecture. And then we can also utilize your centralized firewall architecture, which is already in place. We are building a tunnel with your DC, and then we can do all the backhauling, and you can keeping the same existing traffic or application architecture, while we can have the cloud architecture with the help of our security gateways. And most of the customers are already moved to the cloud, and they are all using a security web gateways. We also completely integrated with the Zscaler, McAfee, or any third-party security web gateway. So if the customer has this requirement, so we can also integrate with that. So if you just look the overall security architecture, we are accommodating all type of security architecture. We are accommodating all the vendors. So means that we leave everything open. We respect the ecosystem. We respect the customer existing firewall vendor, and we respect the customer existing investment they have done. So we have a firewall. On the same time, we are ready to accommodate the customer requirements. The main key takeaway is a WAN, SD-WAN for your WAN transformation. WAN edge must transform. WAN edge must transform your branch, your links, your accommodate the new application requirement. SD-WAN is a key enabler. It is enable a lot of new services which is in the cloud, on premises, as well as it will be coming in a distributed architecture, which can be hosted maybe in the edge as a Kubernetes or Docker, which is in our roadmap. And this is a unique architecture to meet your needs. That is something I just want to wrap up my session with this closing word. And I hope you have enjoyed and learned this webinar. And just wanted to remind you that two things: avail exclusive content through this web link, which is available in the description, and also make sure to visit our Facebook group. So let's get in touch and let me answer all of your questions which you have posted online. So keep in touch. Have a nice day. Thank you.